Okay, it's a nice Saturday morning here in Torrance, California at the American Honda campus, and we're here for Radwood SoCal 2021, which of course they skipped last year for obvious reasons. I've got my Mustang 5.0 Convertible LX 1990 that I've brought to I don't know how many different Radwood events now, but I brought it to this one. And parked directly next to me is a 1991 Taurus Sho that I used to own. And in fact, the guy rolled in and I'm like, hey, didn't I sell you that car? And he's like, yeah, you did. So that's here as well. So we'll look at that. That was never on the channel. I think that was even before I started shooting a lot of videos. But without further ado, we're gonna go see what's here, and let's go. So I got this Turbo Anniversary Edition Super right here. And of course, these have gotten pretty crazy in value as of late. These were hard to get, I remember, when they even came out. I remember they were pretty much a specialty piece back in the 90s. As I said, I brought the Mustang 5.0. I still haven't done a video specifically on this car, but this time I brought a boombox, which you may have seen on my other channel, Mike Finds Things, where I found like a lot of boomboxes on an online estate auction. That was my favorite one, so I brought it. I bought batteries for it, which if you haven't pressed D-cells lately, they've gotten kind of pricey. So we're going to show this 91 Taurus Sho. Like I said, I found this. It had sat for many years in a garage. The guy actually had a lot of performance work done to it years back in the 90s, and I just realized it was kind of in over my head, so I sold it to the guy who has it now, and he's done just a ton of work to it since to make it roadworthy. He got a good deal. I probably lost a little bit of money on it, but obviously he's very happy with the car, and it, like I said, already had a lot of performance work done to it, and he had even more done to. He did even more work to it. So it's nice to see a Taurus Sho preserved. Especially neat to see a car that I used to own here. We got this Acura Nsx. And there's a big Acura display. Acura is the sponsor. Of course, they're part of Honda, so that's why we're at the Honda campus. And they've got the new Integra on display as well. So we'll be getting to that. Over in that area, there's a lot of music. So as we get over there, the clips are going to get a lot shorter. And hopefully I'll be able to bring to you as much as I can without having to mute the audio. But we'll see how that works out. It's a very nice Audi Quattro. And I realize we have a lot of new viewers. A lot of people subscribe to the channel after the LA Auto Show video, which did really well. And of course the SEMA video. I do go to these Radwood events when they pop up in places that I can get to, such as the Bay Area and LA, as the Rad era vehicles are getting ever more popular as the years go on. A lot of people getting into the cars of the 1980s and the 1990s. Of course, the lots of really neat cars, a lot of stuff you don't see. This looks like some sort of Grand Touring. This is a Nissan, but I don't know if it's a JDM because it's left-hand drive. Maybe it's like a European import. And this Subaru DL. So it looks to be original paint. Definitely one of the more odder cars of that era. This one's an 86 model. So we got a Camry. And of course the ever popular C4 Corvette. Lexus Coupe. I believe this is the last Radwood event of the year. They tend to do the SoCal one, I believe, in November every year to avoid the heat. And last time they did it in 2019, it was in Orange County, and they had rain the whole time, but they still had a really good turnout despite the weather. I've got a video of that one on the channel. I've got a playlist. If you go to my main page, so you check out one of the old Integras. If you go to the playlist, I've actually got a playlist of all the Radwood videos that I shot. Got a Toyota minivan. And the minivans have gotten popular. Obviously, I do videos at different van events of the American variety, mostly. But some of the Japanese minivans have actually gotten very popular as of late. Now, this is Scott Chamberlain's LTD. I know he just got this back on the road. I don't see him. Hopefully I'll run into him in a few here. And he helps us out greatly on the group Californians for Classic Car smog exemptions, which unfortunately I don't have any news about that. The last bill wasn't even voted on, so it sort of died in committee. But Scott's actually one of the moderators on the group. But hopefully we have some more news on that, maybe in the next year or two. There's a lot of rumors floating around and not a lot of confirmation on those rumors, so I'm not going to even comment on the rumors until I receive some sort of confirmation on them. You know, we see a lot of BMWs at Radwood as well. How about a S10 pickup complete with a Pizza Hut, what they call it, the hat that you put on top of the car. And we got, this is Natasha's Toyota, built for off-roading. She's actually had this featured on a lot of different websites and things online.
Yeah, I'm not super. That car went forever because I had it for a long time.
She got the Isuzu. There's one you just don't see those anymore.
You could just take it out. I don't think I'll go, but sounds interesting.
There's a Jetta GLI 16 valve. I had a very good friend of mine in the Navy back in my 90s Navy days who had a gray one of these. So I'm sure most of these were not kept in this condition. 125,000 miles on this one. As I said, probably not many left in this condition. So, a little Volkswagen Rabbit. And how about a Scirocco? Did you ever see a Scirocco? Look at that. It even has the window sticker. Brand new, it was $12,743 for this Scirocco. Next to it, we have the Corrado. These had the little spoiler here that would come up around, I believe it was about 35 or 40 miles an hour. The spoiler would pop up on it. And I remember test driving one of these back when they were new, and they were They were a very quick car. It's probably another one that I can't imagine many survived in good condition, as they were fast and very easily taken out and driven hard. How about DeLorean? There's a few DeLoreans. There's another one I saw roll in, which I'm sure we'll find at some point. That's done up like the time machine from Back to the Future. Obviously an 80s icon. Another 80s icon, a Fiero GT. This was towards the end of the Fiero run when they finally were getting it right. And then unfortunately by then they had all sorts of bad press on the earlier Fieros, and which did in the Fiero. And there's actually an earlier Fiero right here. This one is a very 80s inspired paint scheme. See with the pink down the belt line there. And so not a whole lot of those left. And a Fiat 124 2000cc fuel injected, so towards the end of the run for the Fiat 124 in the United States. These would have a 5-speed in it. And of course they brought back the Fiat 124 as sort of a Miata-based vehicle recently. And just in case you wanted more Scirocco's, here's another Scirocco. And complete with a gutted interior for racing. And we got a BMW Alpina.
I love this thing. I just recently took my amber corner lights off to get.
Not sure if that's a gray market import. I'm guessing it is, judging by the headlights, and looks to be a European spec vehicle. Oh, actually, it's registered in Vermont, so I think that pretty much confirms it. Most of your 25-year rule cars that wound up in California tend to be not registered in California, since it could be quite difficult. Is this a laser? This is the Eclipse.
Well, they didn't want to.
Mitsubishi Eclipse.
They didn't want to federalize for Europe the second gen, the 1DB headlights, which is why they carried the pop-up.
So we got a Toyota 4Runner, ever popular off-road vehicle. Of course, the Toyota is well known for their reliability.
Thanks, guys.
So many of these are still out there. Of course, the off-road ones generally got punished in off-road duty, so a real treat to see one of those. And a few Porsches.
Ooh, I like this.
Nice. Wish it was 3 Series, but it's the next year's man. I saw you on the road because I have a 96 Subaru.
What was a Mercedes SL Roadster.
I would have brought that if I didn't have
This one appears to be in really nice condition. This one's the 500. This one's the SL 500, so the 5-liter. Another Acura Nsx. This was really Honda's first supercar. Obviously, the NSX remains popular to this day. And how about an Integra Type R? I actually looked at these when they were new. You could not get one when they were new. I think they imported only a few hundred the first year, and And of course the dealers marked them up and they had deposits on them very early. That's another Toyota pickup truck. And this Toyota Land Cruiser appears to be from Venezuela, so a South American Land Cruiser. I'm guessing it must have been imported fairly recently. They got a lot of different variations of these. This one looks like, well, how is a diesel? Looks like the filler's not there. And it's registered in Pennsylvania. But can't imagine there's more than maybe a few of these, if any other ones in the United States in this configuration. And a Isuzu Trooper. And more of these Toyota, and of course a hard body Pathfinder. So he's ready to do some overlanding, maybe Gambler. Complete with this guy's ready to go off-roading. And of course a Bronco. And if you want to see the new Bronco and see me take a ride in the new Bronco at the LA Auto Show, check out my LA Auto Show video, which is the one I posted before this video. And then a Pajero. I'm not going to come around there because they're camped out back there. A few more Mercedes-Benz vehicles here. And this coupe.
Why'd you always gotta 10 up, huh? Why'd you always gotta 10 up?
It's kind of funny when the guy with the SHO, I pulled off the freeway and he was right in front of me. He waved and I looked. I said, "I think that's my old car," and it actually was.
28. I'm being honest. I love the E28.
I know me too. So much smaller. I like the E20 because like the power weight.
An Audi wagon.
The way I see it.
It's an M3 convertible with some. Fortunately, the '90s paint jobs weren't very good, pretty much across the board. And they had a lot of issues with them. A BMW and a M5. That's who at MR2. My sister actually had a red one, and it was a lot of fun to drive. She had one very sort of similar to this, maybe not as deluxe. And hers did not have the T-tops. Hers, I think, just had the moonroof, if I remember right. Hers was an automatic, which I guess was pretty rare for an MR2. This one's a supercharged model, which my sister's was not. But still fun to drive. And I can confirm or deny that I got her in the parking lot at the Westside Pavilion Mall in that car. Of course, I was pretty young at the time. Integra. Like I said, they have a nice Integra display over there with some of Honda's, from Honda's collection. Of course, the new car. Their Mercedes coupe. The Z car. Another thing we saw at the auto show was the new Z car. And they had, Nissan actually had a vintage 240Z on display. Very early one. I think they did a really nice job on the styling on the new Z cars. If you haven't checked those out yet. Here's a Range Rover ready to hit the English countryside, complete with a full picnic setup for proper English tea.
You know how behind my seat on the S we have the roll bar? So that roll
One thing we never got over here were the diesel versions of these, which was very unfortunate. This car looks like it's about ready for Palm Springs. This Cadillac Deville, complete with the Vogue white walls. This one is like, he's even got a Sega Genesis on the glove box there. And it's got the padded covers for the seat. But my Mustang actually had those when I first got it, but they were destroyed. So I took them off. Got a Camaro Super Sport. These came out, what, about 98 or so when the Super Sport came out. At the time, I actually had a 94 Trans Am. And I remember wishing I'd have waited a few more years for the either the Super Sport or the of course, then they started coming out with all the different editions of the Trans Am. It's a very nice DeVille. Let's have a look. And if you've ever seen the video on my blue DeVille, my friend Nick, who actually has this car, has that car, him and his girl. So I no longer have the blue DeVille anymore. I replaced it. It was my daily driver for about a year, and I replaced it with the Grand Marquis, which I took on Lemon's Rally a couple weeks ago, and we have a video of that. Unfortunately, the original car we were going to use didn't make it, so we had to use the Grand Marquis. But I still got some amazing footage, and especially of all the other teams. So you have a look at this Rabbit. So have a look at that video, because it will make you want to, in fact, Nick even said, you watch the video and afterwards he really wanted to do it. He wants to do a Lemons Rally now. Nice Alfa Romeo Spider. About an MR2 with a surfboard. And a Porsche looks like it's for light off-road duty, for rally racing. And a Toyota station wagon. He brought his boombox too. This one's an old Sanyo. I actually got a really cool Emerson boombox at a thrift store the other day, but it's in line to get worked on. This Subaru. And a Toyota Cressida. My father had a Cressida sedan when I was a kid, a blue one. Similar, very similar to this one. I know I've seen this one at various meets. I think this one's been at, was it last year's Radwood, if I recall correctly. And of course, the Chrysler Lebaron Convertible. If you want a convertible from the Rad area, you don't have a lot of money, these are great, because you can still find those for a very reasonable price. How about this Oldsmobile wagon with an LS swapped into it? Kind of a sleeper. It's even kept the column shift automatic. It's a very unsuspecting car, but look what it's got under the hood. It's a very nice, original looking station wagon, but no one would ever suspect what's lying beneath that hood. we got a Nissan, a little Honda Prelude 89 model. Of course, a Miata. It's a ZR1 Corvette in that green color that GM used to use a lot. In fact, Ford even had a similar color to this they used on Mustangs as well, and probes and things like that. But it's definitely a color that was like an early 90s color, if you will, that kind of didn't really stick around. So it's kind of a treat to see a ZR1 like this. Got a Mercedes with a Fidel Castro sunshade and a Celine SN95 Mustang.
I mean, they look fine. I was like, oh, that's a nice job. Better.
We actually had, there was actually a Celine SN95 convertible at the junkyard in one of my junkyard videos, but then we determined it was not a real one.
I got these for
So
they had cloth.
if you did happen to catch that one, that was definitely not a real one, is what we determined. A lot of people bought the stickers and did them up. This one appears to be a real one, but
Yeah, I mean, there's actual
a Saab. This one's had a lot of work done to this Integra.
No way.
There's this is the M3 Roadster. I remember taking a look at those when they were new, and even when I was skinny, I couldn't fit in that car. When I was skinnier, I should say. I was actually in shape though, but I still couldn't fit in that car. There's a lot of cars at the show this year. In fact, one thing that's nice is they definitely, I'm slowly pan over here, they definitely have room to expand the show if they keep doing it here, and if Acura remains a sponsor of the show. This is actually a really nice location. Honda's got a really nice campus over here in Torrance. Let's have a look at this Z car. We're gonna have to keep this as pretty much a walk around video and just kind of show you some of the more interesting stuff as my text goes off.
Yeah, about.
Guessing my ex-wife wants to know when I'm picking up the kid. Let's have a look at this Acura. This one's, wow, this thing's in exceptional condition. So it has 64,000 miles on it. It's what a Legend coupe. There's a red one next to it. So we're gonna come over here. So a lot more cars. I'm gonna have to keep the clips a little shorter here. I know I usually like to do like the full walk around clips. There's a nice Formula 350 Firebird. This Dakota RT 5.9 pickup truck. I believe I've seen this one at various Mopar things, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure if it's this one. There's one like this that was the magazine car that was used in the magazines. And I'm pretty sure it's this one, but I'm not 100% sure. A VR6 Golf, 85 Corvette, first year without the crossfire, first year of the tune port. This is what, a Ford Escort. This is the GT, I believe. Of course, the US, it's Mazda. These do use a Mazda engine, but that's the Escort GT. I had a standard Escort that was absolutely beautiful with low miles. I don't know, I'm guessing about 15 years ago. It was absolutely in showroom condition. And then I'd say about 3 or 4 years ago, it popped up for sale on Craigslist. I could tell it was the same car, but by then it was like completely thrashed, unfortunately. How about a Geo Metro convertible in pink? So, complete with like a candy cell phone there. The cell phone that came with all the candy inside, if you remember those. According to the sign in the window, this 98 Accord has over 400,000 miles on it. At a Buick Park Avenue. Not sure if this is, I don't think it's the Ultra. And a Roadmaster. And then another Roadmaster, but a Roadmaster Estate. And I had one of these back when I was married, and my ex, she wanted me to sell it. She said she didn't want me taking the kid to school in that, is what she said. So, unfortunately, I sold a very nice low mileage Roadmaster Estate back before the market went crazy on them, and I will regret that for a very, very long time. About a 50th anniversary Z-Car Turbo. Looks like he's added some pinstriping to it, which I'm guessing this one was garaged its whole life. That's about as 80s as it gets right there. All right. Another C4 Corvette. This one's a collector's edition. I think this is Brad's car, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it is. He's got a bunch of cassettes too. This car originally was $43,000 when new in 1996. And
Hey, thanks for having me. This is my...
on this BMW, he even has a California Raisins sunshade. I have an Arco EC1 gasoline sunshade from that era somewhere. I have to look for it. Shows you remember when sunshades were all the rage. I think it started with the one with the sunglasses. That was like the first one that everybody liked. How about a Volkswagen Synchro 4-wheel drive? Vanagon. This one's not a pop top, but I can't even get back there. It's in there so tight. I won't even try. And a Geo Tracker. This show always draws a wide range of vehicles. Alfa Romeo here, it's for sale. 16.5. Later MR2. Little Toyota Celica convertible. About a two-tone MR2. This Nissan Maxima sedan. And then a GMC Cyclone Pickup. This was another one that when they were new you could not get from a dealer without an insane markup. And I think they only built about like 1,500 of these, I believe it was. And there was a couple of these at Radwood SoCal back in July as well. This one's from Thorson. That's actually where I used to work. I used to sell cars there, not back in this era though. So,
Except when I wanted him to buy this. No, not.
They're pretty casual. Like every time we go to
about the little Volkswagen Rabbit. When I grew up on the west side in Los Angeles, and a lot of girls used to own these. This was like a very popular car in that era. I forgot my club this time. He's got a bunch of cassettes in the glove box. I forgot to bring my cassettes. I had cassettes all over at the NorCal show. Let's see which ones he has here. Give you an idea what he's got. He's got ABC, Shriekback, Tom Tom Club, NXS, Madonna, Acura Depeche, all that stuff. Another C4 Corvette. You got this Mercedes. I'm guessing it's a diesel gambler vehicle with a BMW grill for extra lights. Look at these photos from gambler events. Yeah, it's a diesel. The 240 SX with all the anime graphics. A Volvo set up for off-road duty.
Okay, well that's good. Oh, I think my jack kind of softened up. I would hope so.
I told that's the other. That's the only way it works.
It's a very clean Civic.
Yeah.
But then he goes
Nice.
stop it. And then when she goes like, I'm like,
Yeah, it's kind of funny how that works. Yeah. It does. Yeah, it does. Well, I guess it kind of depends, right? Like, it's either good or not part of the scene. Not part of the just yeah. Oh, did you ride
I said I can't feature every car here. It's just too many cars, but this is a neat Lotus.
Maybe I'll take a picture of you guys because I got
So it's a little bit tattered, this Elan. This Mitsubishi Eclipse. Complete with a flip phone on the dash. I think you can still buy flip phones, can't you? I think like old people buy them now. A little Suzuki Swift, which of course was the same as the Geo Metro.
Took fourth.
It's like an E320 convertible.
3 of the 560 SLs. And they all first, second, third. I was kind of just
Yeah. My mother actually has an E320 convertible, 1993 or 4, I can't remember. So this Omni GLH Turbo. And one of these days maybe I'll bring it to a Radwood event, even though it needs a lot of little things here and there. Unfortunately, some of the stuff it needs are convertible only, which are quite hard to come by.
Oh yeah.
How about a Crown Victoria? I'm not sure if it's a P71. This one is a P74, so it's not a police package. P74, I believe, is just your standard civilian package. And one of them is taxi. Obviously, this isn't a taxi package, though. But one of them's P72 or something. I think I can't remember, but. All right, so the music seems to have gotten louder, which means the clips are going to get shorter to avoid the nasty YouTube copyright police. But, a Ferrari, a la Magnum PI.
I'm probably going to end up spending $10,000.
This Toyota off-road pickup. Try to bring as much as possible here because it's pretty neat, but it's got a lot of people looking at it. What was this Land Cruiser?
Yeah.
A little Fiat. Alright, cut it so I can show the Fiat. This one's the Country Club edition. Obviously a later import. Oh, he's got a dealer plate on it. Fiat Panda 4x4. There's actually an old Woody going through from like the 1940s. Not sure what he's doing at Radwood, but okay. We'll have to see if we can catch up to that a little later on. I got a turbo Daytona. About this Passat. I don't know if this is the one that was one of these at the LA estate auction. No, it wasn't this one. That wasn't had a manual transmission. There was one of the VR6 ones that had like it was in really nice condition. And I got outbid on it, and he's got his old cell phone as well. And how about a Suzuki Samurai? With the 80s life. Got a Ford flare-side pickup. It's pretty clean. I don't know if that's Ethan's truck. It's got his license plate on there. Ethan has this channel, Hello Road. He does a lot of the 80s and 90s cars like you see here at Radwood. That's sort of his specialty. I believe he reviews new cars as well. So go check his channel. It's called Hello Road. If these kind of cars are your thing, you might want to have a look at his videos as well. How about here's a military Blazer. And most of these had the diesel with the 6.2 liter diesel in it, if it's a real military spec one. Actually, I don't think it's a real military one. I could be wrong though. No, I think it is. couple more of the Toyotas. So we're going to do more walk around. Check out this SR5 Toyota. Or Supra. And how about a Maserati? It's kind of definitely something you don't see all the time. Not something you ever see on these shores. In fact, he has an application for permission to display, import a vehicle for display, and a trip permit. So he might have brought this in just for the show, or for maybe a couple shows. It's pretty amazing. As I said before, I'm keeping these clips kind of short to avoid music. In fact, this guy's brought his own music. So I'm not going to get too close to that very rare Fleetwood coupe, unfortunately, which obviously we like those. But I try to keep the clips a little short when the music's playing because for copyright reasons. So if I missed your car, and if you don't see the car, you know I'm like walking near it, it's mostly because I upload the video. YouTube tells me where it's not happy with the copyrights. I go back, I re-edit it, re-upload it. It does take hours to do that, but that's kind of what I have to do to get these videos up now, is avoid music where possible, upload it, find out where they're not happy, re-edit, which unfortunately means I do lose some of the footage in the final video. But I do what I can to bring as many of these cars as possible in every single video I shoot. Show this Renault Turbo. I've seen this one before. I believe he's come to a few of the Radwood events. So as I was saying, I usually have to say this, but if you know I'm near one of your cars in the video and your car doesn't appear, it's probably because I already uploaded it once and YouTube said no to that part and I had to take it out. So fortunately it is a reality for shooting walk around videos, it shows. And even though I do put a disclaimer in all my car show videos now that any music in the video is incidental, not added by me, they still flag it. So and there's really nothing I can do about it other than edit out what they're not happy with. Yeah, man, I'm not the only one that brought a boombox. Well, this guy's got a bigger boombox than I got. He's got a Lasonic. Those are quite collectible in the boombox world. He's got a really nice Alfa Romeo as well. Alright, so we're over in the Radwood royalty section. You can see they got the time machine here. And the clips are going to get a lot shorter now because the music is right there. So we'll just breeze through this as quickly as possible. Show you a couple of the DeLoreans. Alright, this guy even brought a bunch of stuff like the hoverboard and different memorabilia, a flux capacitor, the same JVC movie camera that Marty McFly had in the movie, and the Toyota done up just like the one from Back to the Future. And a couple really clean, this one's a little more original, Toyota 4x4s. How about a Toyota Sunraider 4x4 camper? That was a Land Cruiser. That was a Viper GTS coupe. You try to lift your cool, but it fell again. Rap star, sold like a demican. In every town, so I slide. But nowadays I'm trapped. So many suckers on my sacroiliac. It's like a rap sack, backpack. Cause curiosity cold kill the cat. Can't hide the black in the sack. Let your backbone slide. I'm not sure if these like super short clips are gonna full YouTube, so I guess this is more of an experiment. So A, I'll see how it works, and B, we'll see if it works for keeping YouTube off my back. Somebody did suggest this in the comments on one of my videos, so. It's a nice Montero here, and of course a Ferrari Testarossa, not in red though. He's been to a few of the Radwood events. I think he's even in this car's even in the thumbnail of the last LA Radwood that I did, the Orange County Radwood event. Here comes a red one just for juxtaposition. Okay. And if you do like copyrighted music, check out my other channel, Mike Finds Things, where we discuss records mostly. So it's really turned into a records channel. I do put some of my other collectibles and things I find as well, like estate sales and things like that.
Let's McDonald's. Yeah, bro, so no, it's that dead ass really go start chirping, and it knows like where the McDonald's is at. Once because it knows that I'm gonna pull over.
Continuing on, we're more still in the royalty section. I think the rest of the show is actually the royalty section that I haven't caught yet. Including this wide body Fox body. Oh, this Volkswagen Transporter. Alright, we're going to continue the walk around in the thick of the music. Just change the battery on the old GoPro. Check out this GTI. Now look at the CMS Motorsports and Restoration. They took up a lot of the spots in the royalty section. They were also at a couple of other Radwood events as well. Many of their cars. How about a Gullwing Mercedes Coupe, complete with stacks of cash and a cell phone there. Definitely a Miami drug dealer type vehicle. This car caused quite a stir at the, I think the first year they had Radwood SoCal at the one that was in Anaheim. You got another Renault 5 Turbo. There's a M3 BMW and a M5. Yeah, this nice Prelude. Now check out this Honda Elite 150 Deluxe. I used to work on these. Actually, I got one of these in my backyard. I got a couple of them, but I used to actually work on these when I had my scooter shop. With the pop-up headlight.
Presented by Acura. Thank you so much for coming.
Mercedes with the anime. This guy was at the Bay Area one in San Mateo.
Food trucks are
that
open.
Was actually my daughter's favorite
Thank you to all of our sponsors. And we actually have a special edition limited drop.
We got a lot of announcements right now, which is a great time to film.
That's over by the Radwood merch
tent
and the blue blocker tent there. That's at 1 p.m. CMS Motorsports has breakdancing this afternoon as well. Go check out that space. We'll have more announcements coming. Thank you so much for coming to Radwood SoCal. Have a great day.
Nsx. This one with the Honda badging. Because overseas they were sold as the Honda Nsx.
The first Mustang ever to have that.
A bunch of CRXs. That sure is a funny looking motorcycle there. Couple more of the Integras before we get to the new one. So this is the only new car that's here. This is the new, actually there's one behind it as well. So it's the new Acura Integra, so they brought back the name. So this wasn't even at the auto show, because I don't think Acura even had a booth at the auto show when I went. So the new Acura Integra prototype. So we got the new Acura Type S as well. I said they got more new Acuras here than they do at the LA Auto Show, right? Which is actually going on right now. A couple more of the Acuras in the display. Unfortunately, we're right in front of the speaker, so I apologize about having to do these clips as quickly as possible, but it's really the only way to bring them to you. Here are a couple more. This one says it was seen in the Fast and the Furious movie. Alright, I'm going to try to get the last of the Acura display in this clip. Unfortunately, I have to keep these clips really short, as is the reality, as I've mentioned before. Just so you can get as many cars that are here in the video. We're going to shoot some more cars here. We got this whole area we haven't even shot over here of cars. So we got many more cars to come in the video, such as these two Mercedes-Benz wagons. There's another NSX that's all fully customized. As I was saying, I'm just going to keep these short clips to about 10 or 15 seconds, and hopefully this works. So this E320 is pretty much identical to the one my mother has. Of course, it's in a lot better condition, but even got one of these old laptops. I'm not really sure what that is, but it's big and it goes off-road, I'm sure.
The best part's probably all the looks of the driving. Yeah. And actually the worst part is all the looks. It's harder to ride. Like this, around the corner, and all the gas is the first spot their house.
Have you scanned it?
Yeah, it appears they've actually let the general public in at this point, because there's more and more spectators coming into the show now to check out the show. And some people that are dressed up. Back to the Future gear, part 2. Nissan Pulsar. First the Mazda. Here's a, I think it's a Japanese K car. I'm not sure what this is. Right-hand drive. Oh, Mercury Capri. This guy was at the Radwood Bay Area show as well. Of course, the Capri in these years was their version of the Fox Body Mustang. About F-250, up like the Binford truck. This one's actually a diesel. This one would have had either what, the 6.9 or the 7.3. So it's say on the window sticker up here. 7.3. Not the fastest thing on the planet, but it'll get stuff towed. This guy looks like he rolled right in or off of a road trip. That's Ferrari. I don't know if he drove it out from Pennsylvania or not. Of course, you need that rack to haul your extra gear. I can't imagine there's a lot of luggage space in there. I can't wait to see how many songs I get flagged for the first time I upload this video. It's going to be a lot. And I'll have to edit accordingly. Yep, this video is going to have more quick edits than a Marvel movie.
Interior. That'll get me a lot of trouble. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I've seen shit happen. I'll let you.
Of course, there's a little bit less audio over in this section of the royalty area. So I can bring you a little bit longer clip until the music kicks in. This Dodge was at the Mopar show about a month ago, the Fall Fling show, which I did film. And this car is pretty exceptional condition-wise. This one of my buddies in the Navy had the Spirit Coupe. There's a Renault car for you French car fans.
Right, going in freshman year, looking like awful.
So it's a Lotus Esprit Turbo. Early GTI, as well as a Buick Grand National 87 intercooled. And he brought his boombox as well. We've seen this Eagle premiere before. I believe this was at the NorCal Radwood, if I remember right. And can't imagine there's too many and anywhere near this kind of condition around anymore. There's a real pretty 84 Chrysler Laser Turbo, complete with one of those candy cell phone things. I talked to the guy. This one has the voice box in it that says your door is ajar and whatever other messages it likes to spit out at you when you're trying to operate the vehicle. There's a neat Pontiac Grand Prix. Really nice original car. And of course the square body Blazer.
You mean the trade paperwork? Anytime.
Third gen Firebird Formula convertible. And a box Caprice, looks like it's an old what do they call them, the 9C1 police cars. I've seen this at another car show, and I probably filmed it as well. This is a European Ford Escort. And of course, these were used for rallying over there. Of course, they were never sold new in the United States. We got the much more pedestrian-looking Ford Escort that pretty much has nothing to do with this one other than the name. This is kind of interesting. It was brought in on a trailer. It's a three-wheeler that appears to have been a Domino's pizza delivery vehicle. Not sure if it was just probably guessing for promotional purposes or something like that. But sort of interesting. So it spent its early life mostly likely delivering terrible pizza.
And they made 10, they only got 10 engines. They were
We're going to wrap things up here at Radwood SoCal in Torrance. If I missed your car and didn't get it, it's probably because it was a clip where the copyright flagged it, or you showed up late after I filmed that area. I don't know. But we got plenty of good videos coming up for you. Lots of neat vintage car stuff. Hopefully I'm going to be getting some work done on the 59 Galaxy. So check in for that. So be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment as to what your favorite car was. And until next time, I'll be seeing you.